now that you created all these shapes and can move all these things all over the place, and you could change the display order of all these things, let's move this way up and such. What we might want to do is to keep all of these things as a grouping. If we want to do that, we could go ahead and select all of those and right click and turn it into a group. If you do that, select on one object and it'll select all the rest. If you ever want to change, so with this function, when you drag the anchor points, everything will move as one group, right? I wonder if we could do this. Okay. Okay, if you ever want to break this group, you can select it all, or you could always just isolate this thing as well to just this object, so that you can move or change this object and this object alone. So even though it is in a group, you can change this up so that you could change this, just this, and not the whole function happening all at once. If you ever want to take these apart, because like I said, with the select button, you can isolate object and move this thing out of the way, but it's still going to act itself as a group. Whoops. So if you ever want to get rid of that, let me get out of this so that it's still acting as a group, right? If you ever want to ungroup, you right click again and say ungroup the objects. Now everything is all independent thing again, and even when you select one and try to move one, this is the only thing that will be affected. Okay, so you could isolate object, you could make this whole you could turn this thing in as a group, you could change all of its parameters as a group, or you can isolate by double clicking to isolate this thing. Notice that everything else is shaded, and then double click out again, and then they'll act back as a group. And if you ever want to break this all up again, you can always take this and select and ungroup.